The witching hour, y'all, is officially upon us with this new collection that I am blown away with. So let's get started and enter our witch era, and y'all, when I saw that Nomad Cosmetics was doing Salem, Massachusetts as their themed eyeshadow palette, I was so excited because I'm in Boston and I've been to Salem and it is such a vibe. I'm such a fan of witchy things, of the dark magic, all of that stuff. It's just so intriguing to me. And that's why when I saw they're doing like witch themed, it was they won me over. For today's question, though, leave who your favorite famous or non-famous witch is, just in general. Mine is definitely Scarlet Witch, if you count her, but who is your favorite? That's today's question. Answer in the comments. But look at this postcard. If you don't know Nomad Cosmetics, they are an indie eyeshadow brand, but they make some of the best themed eyeshadows. This is my fifth palette from them. I do have a code with them. I don't earn any commission at all. It's just to save y'all some extra money if you are interested in this palette. Let's get into it, though. It says, devilishly rich and ghoulishly colorful Halloween hues formulated with extra fine pigments for blendability and payoff, infused with pumpkin seed oil. They kept the pumpkin theme. That's crazy. I cannot talk today. Oh my god. 9 wicked smooth mattes and 9 spellbinding shimmers inspired by the haunting and howling good time in Salem at Halloween. Each Nomad Cosmetics palette is based on a destination, so obviously this one is none other than Salem, Massachusetts. And they always have a cause for each palette. So this one says, we are proud to support Panthera to help save, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Panthera to help save the wild black cats of the world. I love that. They also have some other things in their collection that I picked up, but I'm so excited to show y'all the packaging of this palette, because that's what really blew me away. Because you have this looks stunning. Like, don't get me wrong, this is Salem, but this is Salem in the day. This is when my mind was blown. So I'm gonna try to show you. So this is the day look. You know, we have ordinary Salem. You're just strolling through Massachusetts. You know, nice day. You have the day, and then look at this. You have the night with that. Wait, I'll get it. There we go. Look at that. You have that witch there that just looks so amazingly scary. I love it. The vibes there. I just love witches. I love the whole vibe. It's everything about them. I've always been a fan. I also just love how they went with a lenticular design. Here is none other than the palette, which Nomad Cosmetics always has a mirror. They are high quality, but look at the gorgeous colors. So now I will say, there's a lot of pigmented pastel shades in here. Like, the fact that there's an orange to a lime green to a brat green to a red to a blue. Like, there are so many shades that I'm like, if I'm being completely honest, I have a hard time completely seeing witch in here. I see Halloween for sure. That's 100% why they had the orange. But I will see, I didn't immediately think witch was the color story that came to my mind. Like, I was a little bit like, I love this color story, but it's so, I don't want to say chaotic, but it's just so diverse of a color story that I was like, I need to plan out a look to actually get witch. But I will say, they do a good job with the themes, even without the color story in mind. Like, they always have these embossments. All the shades are always so cute with the names. They have Harvest Moon, Haunted Happenings, Dark Demons, Seven Gables, Witch Hunt. Like, they put a lot of thought into this, and you can always tell. But without no further ado, let's go ahead and start creating a look. As always, I do my eyeshadow first, so I've not done the rest of my face. We're going to start with a fresh canvas today and see how these pigments wear. I'm going to just put some concealer on the eye to prime. I'm using this Tower 28 one. If I'm being honest with y'all, Nomad Cosmetics formulas never miss. Like, I have yet to try a palette. I mean, I have 2 more palettes to try from them, but I have yet to try a palette from Nomad Cosmetics where I'm like, oh my god, these suck. Like, it just doesn't exist. Let me put on my headband. I'm using this Glenda one. For today, I think, oh, I also just noticed they have a Hocus Pocus shade. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Okay, for today, I'm gonna go on the lime greens because I am gonna do another look for my short form on my TikTok, Instagram, all of YouTube shorts, all that stuff. So I'm gonna go with the lime green today. Maybe we'll go into the orange or the purples or some deeper shades in the other videos, but I really want to test out that lime green, so we're gonna go into it. And we'll do a smoky eye mix with it. I have a plan. I do have a plan. I do just want to set the primer down, so I'm gonna go in with this Haunted Happenings shade, which is a little bit of an orange tan shade. It has a pumpkin in it. Their matte formulas are always so buttery smooth. This one is pretty light. It's very neutral. It's not really gonna give that orange pastel-y look if that's what you're looking for. I'm gonna take this Seven Gable shade, which is a really cool toned gray / vomit green shade, and we're gonna put that on the outer third to kind of shape the eye and get that smoky eye prepared. I honestly have no idea how deep this is gonna pull, and it pulls black. Like, okay, first of all, there's literally a matte black in here, but I wanted to go with something a little bit more green toned, and this is black. I'm scared of the other one. Now, I did not work with Nomad Cosmetics for this palette. I actually paid my own money to get this palette because of how much I loved the theme. I've worked with them in the past though, so to be completely honest, I obviously do have some sort of a relationship with the brand, but I always give my honest thoughts. It's not going to change with this palette. It's still going to be my honest thoughts, but typically with Nomad Cosmetics, the honest thoughts are quite nice. Have y'all been to Salem? Like, I went last year, but that was actually after October. It was after like their Halloween festivities and stuff, and I'm thinking of going again this time in October before Halloween because I just feel like that's more of the experience, but it's so crazy crowded. But I am debating it because I feel like, you know, it's an experience you have to do, especially if you're like living in Boston and haven't gone in Halloween. It's like, what are you doing there? So I am debating it. I'm excited, but because I mean, as I said, I love witches. I love the dark aspects. I literally love ghosts. Like, what? It's so interesting to me. I clean up after. I make a mess of the eyeshadow and then I will clean it up with concealer after. So don't be worried. Don't be like, this look looks crazy. It's gonna look crazy, but that's the goal. You know, we're trying to get it to look just as crazy as we want. Now for the exciting part, we're gonna go in with this lime green brat green dark demons shade. Look at that level of pigment, yo. I'm scared. This could either go really, really bad or like amazing. Okay. It's pigmented for this shade. Do I wish it maybe had a little bit more pigment? I could definitely use a little bit more opacity. It's not, I mean, I'm having to build it up to get the shade to show up, which I kind of figured I would. But obviously, I would have liked it to be just a little bit more of a punch because there is that white base to it. And you can very much see there's a white base. Don't get me wrong, it's a super pretty shade. But I would be a little bit skeptical about any deeper skin tones than me because I might be like, oh, there's no way this is gonna show up as much as you want. I love the shade color. It very much gives a witchy green like you don't see too often. Also, there is quite a bit of fallout on this shade. With shades like this, I actually like to go in with my hand, so I'm gonna go in and just swatch it on the eye because that will help build up the pigment better than any brush could, and you can already see much better. They are really smooth, and you can even see on the eye they're super smooth. Like, they blur the lines. They last so long. I guess it's really deep and really light green. They're going so well together. It's giving like Maleficent. I'm actually gonna take a little bit of Witch City, which is that very scary black shade, but it's only because I really want to build that outer third to get it to be even smokier and to really match the witch aesthetic. So I'm going to just place it on the outer third because that green is somewhat taking over the look, which I love. It's a really amazingly gorgeous green shade, but I do want the black to pop as much as it can. What I am most fascinated about with witches is people always assume it's the characters, the fictional characters, which is still interesting, but I am always so fascinated, obviously heartbroken, but fascinated by the Salem witch trials because at the heart of it, it's really not necessarily about, you know, beings with magical powers. It's about like, you know, these scary people. It's about our fear. It's about our fear of giving power to really strong women. That's ultimately what it is. And I'm very intrigued by that. I think you can definitely trace it back to what a witch is. If you look at like Maleficent, if you look at all these different Disney villains, if you look at the fairy tales and all that, like it's very much the witch is the witch. Wait, let me get my thoughts together. The witch who's the strong villain is nope. The witch who is the villain is often the strongest character in the movie, and they make them the villain because quite literally we're scared of the female empowerment of it all, which is crazy. And this is my women's gender and sexuality minor coming in, but it just is so interesting to me. I think, you know, studying about it and realizing the very heartbreaking but very real truth behind it it's crazy. And I think that's where the love of witches comes from. And I mean, there's so much to learn about it that I just love it. Also, my issue with that green shade is whenever I blend it in, because I'm trying to blend that black to the green, I do lose a lot of the pigment from that lime green. So it is something to be aware of. Like, I definitely feel like it's more of a shade like you apply all over and leave it there versus you're blending it in with a different shade. And for a shimmer, I'm definitely going in with this Salem Willows shade here, which is a yellowy lime green shimmer. Look at how absolutely stunning that is. And I want to add some of a ship, so I'm going to go with the Silver Old Burying Point shade, which is a silver metallic shade. And I'm just going to dab it in the center because I do want it to give a little bit of pop. You see, it's like a little something. It's a very, very light difference. But that's also going to help blend the black into the green. Okay, but I'm gonna go finish the rest of my makeup, and then I will be back to update y'all on how this final look turned out and any finishing touches. But for now, I am loving this style, so I will be right back. So we're back. Makeup is pretty much fully applied. I just want to finish up the eyes with a little bit something in the inner corner. And I was like, what shade could I go in with? And I saw this Witch Hunt green here. Look at how stunning of a shade that is. That's definitely going in the inner corner. Oh my god. Look at that, y'all. That is stunning. Then also from Nomad's collection, they released a ton of lip stuff. I think they have 3 shades of these lipstick lip balm things. And these are the Witch City Salem Spellbinding lipsticks. And I got them in the shade Witching Hour and then one in the shade Hocus Pocus. There is a third one. I did not pick up that shade. But first of all, packaging, stunning. They got that witch vibe so right, y'all. Wait, okay, and packaging is going crazy. Look at how stunning that is. It's so sleek, but yet so, like, on theme. These are all marbled, which is what drew me to them. So first we have this stunning gold shade here. I mean, look at that. I cannot stop looking at it. It's just remarkable. We're gonna do both, don't worry, but let's see. Oh my god. Y'all. It's a proper glitter lipstick. I hope it's coming across on the camera because it is a glitter lipstick. I was not prepared for just how glittery and pigmented this is. Because this is like gold. I don't know how well it's coming across on camera, but it's like gold. Feel very moisturizing for a lipstick. Like they don't feel drying. They're definitely more of a satin finish. I wanted to show y'all the extent of the glitter though. So look at this. It is crazy. The formula is so nice though. It just doesn't go with this look. The next one is in the shade Hocus Pocus. It's a purpley shade. I don't think it's a glitter, but this one seems like something I can wear more with this look. It's that same marbled effect. Just so pretty. I'm excited. Let's get into this. Okay. Instant. Okay, wait, y'all. This is like instant color payoff. Still is pretty glittery and shiny. And it's purple, y'all. Like, this is like witch purple like you've never seen before. This encapsulates the witch collection. Like I love this shade because this is literally what, when you think of witch, this is the vibe I think of. So I actually really love this shade. This is stunning. I'm definitely gonna keep this shade on. And like it's not neutral. I still don't know if I'd be able to like go out wearing this lip because it's definitely not for a natural nude everyday makeup look. But like for Halloween coming, this is perfect. I like how this one has a satiny finish to it, but it's not glittery. That's why with the yellow one, I'm kind of like, it's a little bit too glittery and there's no base to it because it just has the yellow glitter particles. This one has the purple pigment and it still looks really shiny. Y'all, here is the finished Nomad Cosmetics Salem City Witch Palette look. I forgot what I was gonna say. This is the finalized look. I wanted to go kind of lighter on the blush and really go heavy with the bronzer and deepening the skin tone and just making it look more dramatic and more dark and depth. Like, not as much blushy pinks, but more of the warm tones, you know? What I normally don't do, and I think it turned out so stunning. I love this look. The lip is just so crazy. Like, I never worn a lip like this. Final thoughts on everything. Obviously, I test everything out for about a month or so these are not my final thoughts. If you want to see those, I do post final reviews on YouTube, so if you want to see those, subscribe and follow along. Also, please like and comment and share. It really helps me out. But after using this for the first time, the eyeshadow palette is about the same caliber of quality we've come to expect from Nomad. Like, I would say the only thing is really that brat green. I had to use my fingers. I couldn't use a brush to get the pigment, but once I did, like, I was able to work around it. It gave a stunning look. I love the smokiness that I was able to get, but still keep it bright. And I do think this embodies witches. I definitely see witch more as I played with the palette. Like, I'm like, I can see the witch. Now I'm getting lost in the Salem vibes. I'm like, I don't know if I see Salem as much, but I see witch, and I will take this, especially with this lip. Amazingly themed. There's so much thought put into them. They even donate stuff. I know I partnered with Nomad, not for this video, but before. I'm not sponsoring it, but I really just love their palette. The lips are also really comfortable formulas. Both are the same really cushiony, moisturizing, soft lipstick formula, but one of them is quite literally a glitter lipstick, and I mean glitter. So I would be a little bit warned about that this is gonna leave the glitter particles on the lips. It's not the most pigmented, but the glitter is insane, unlike any other glitter lipstick I've seen. This is perfect for Halloween. This is just insanely amazing. That is the Nomad Cosmetics Witch Collection. I absolutely am in love with all of these. If you want to see more from my channel, please go check it out. There are so many videos up, and let me know in the comments what you want to see next. I will see y'all later. I hope you have the best day, and yeah, that's pretty much it.